It's November the 8th, 2015. This is Governor O'Malley on prison reform on MSNBC. Prison reform, in which Governor O'Malley helped create here in Baltimore, Maryland. He created the cradle of prison pipeline, and now he wants to do reform on which he created. He's got judges and lawyers in his pocket, and it is what it is. Listen to Governor O'Malley lie.
Of change and reform and progress, but I put forward a criminal justice reform agenda at the Urban League about 3 months ago that called for many of these things. I think it's appalling, this move to for-profit prisons in our country. I think it's immoral. I think it's wrong. I mean, and the specters that we now have on the border of women and children being detained for months and months on end. I mean, look, contrary to Donald Trump's assertion, the enduring symbol of our country is not the barbed wire fence, it is the Statue of Liberty. So I believe in my own service for 15 years, and look, when I ran for mayor of Baltimore in 1999, it was not because our city was doing well. We had become the most violent, addicted, and abandoned city in America. We had open-air drug markets that had taken over whole sections of our city.
You had open-air drug markets in which y'all helped put it in there. Your police department put a lot of them drugs on the street. Your police department sat here and was running some of those drug operations. Your Irish mafia imported them drugs here from New York and down from Florida. People that you know and are in contact with. So this is what I did, Gov. Talk about the war on drugs. No, you got a war on the black community in Baltimore. That's what you did. And I made a movie about it. I told you politics. I got cabinets. I got all your people involved in it. And here it goes. Your war on drugs, this is your legal notice. And it extends 2 states. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. That's the case. Right here. 07-CF-4988. People of the state of Illinois versus Dwayne G. Davis. Dude, you accuse me of a terrorist activity to cover up the corruption in your courts. This is all on file and in the office of Detrice Burnett from the Maryland Black Caucus. It's also in the files of Karen Thompson on Walker Drive, Governor Thompson, because Governor Thompson was the governor of Illinois when I started this program before. And it's also in the office of Richard Durbin, because all this is legal. See, it's legal. I gave this to the governor in 2009. I went to the Senate and the Congress, and I made it all legal. And you can go to the office of Senate Chairman Mr. Broschini in the Judiciary Committee, because the war on drugs is something that you created here, and the way that you exploited the people. You created this private prisonization in here in Maryland. This is the paperwork to show you that the courts, that's the state of Maryland, Governor O'Malley, Chief Johnson, State's Attorney Bernstein, State's Attorney Schellenberger. And this is my complaint for fraud, unlawful breach of fiduciary and declaratory relief. That means that you stole the evidence to expose your governor for the crimes that he's been committing in the state of Maryland. This is how you control the courts. That's the courts, and y'all control the courts. This is a body attachment. This is a subpoena for Politoan, and Politoan refused to answer the subpoena. They were supposed to be arrested in a body attachment, but you didn't do nothing. You can see all of what I'm talking about right here. The Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division, because you violated my rights civilly and criminally. And Governor O'Malley is the head of this. So you can contact Mike Songer, which he came down here. We testified in front of him, and I gave him the same packet that I gave the Department of Justice, I gave Governor O'Malley, that I gave Schellenberger, that I gave Bernstein. And it's about your prison industry. We want the Department of Justice to investigate Governor O'Malley since 2009. Really since 1999, when you implemented the stop and frisk, because you created this. When you took all the money from the inner city and put it in the inner harbor, and you left the communities to go on blight. Don't get it twisted. You the reason Baltimore is in the state of Baltimore's in. And I'm going to hold you to that test. You control the courts, and you deny blacks the access to the courts. This is the Dred Scott decision. We have no rights in which white people respect. That's Master O'Malley's plantation politics.